A generation ago, parents were scared of Elvis and then the Beatles. Well, today, teenage pop star Justin Bieber has millions of America's young daughters wrapped around his little finger. So, one dad set out to unravel the mystery. Here's my co-anchor, Bill Weir.
The first time I met Justin Bieber, he looked like he just arrived from a land of R&B elves. Taught yourself guitar, drums, trumpet, piano?
Yeah.
He was a puppy, adorable beyond suspicion, impossible to resent. Well, those days are over. Because in the eyes of the law, this molten moppet is now a man. Justin, great to see you, man.
Great to see you, too.
A man who still makes our young daughters do this. So as long as he gazes from the pillowcase of my 15-year-old niece, I get to care about his new tattoos, how he treats women, and whether he actually punched a paparazzo last month as reported.
I can't really talk about that.
But before we get to his character, there is something else all you Bonnaroo dads and Coachella moms are entitled to judge. His music.
A lot of people will just, they'll hear my name and they'll just be like, oh, I'm not going to buy that. But if they just take the time, because it's different and it's new and I think people will really be surprised.
Fair enough. If the Beatles can go from Love Me Do to the White Album, maybe he can grow too. So let's dig in.
If I was your boyfriend, never let you go.
Boyfriend. It's the first single of an album that is moving from flirting in the schoolyard to dancing in the club. More bass, more falsetto, but still layered with the kind of sensitive lyrics that have been sending shots of dopamine into young female brains since Donny Osmond. I actually listened to your new album for the first time this morning.
Okay.
And I figured out the chords to...
You figured it out, okay. In 3, 2. If I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go. I'd keep you on, girl, never be alone. And I could be a gentleman, anything you want. And if I was your boyfriend, I'd never let you go. There you go.
You want to go down to the bus station and make some money?
Maybe we could.
You don't need any. I could use some. But when you hear that, did you write that hook?
I did, yeah. Well, me and Mike Posner. Mike Posner is another artist, but he's a great writer, and he helped me write the song.
And you do chords first and then lyrics, or how do you?
It started out, it was already a production, and the beat was already made, so we kind of went in and, wrote lyrics and melody, and, that's how it happens.
You do a song like that when you're 14, it's flirtatious, you're in the video, you're bowling. You do a song like that when you're 18, it adds a whole nother sense of danger to that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think about that? How do you manage that for these young girl fans?
My music is definitely developing. I'm growing up, I'm becoming a man, I'm maturing. My fans are growing with me.
For a kid raised first by a young single mom and then by a team of handlers while touring the globe,
What's up, man?
signs of rebellion are amazingly hard to find. Even when he does get a tattoo, it's the sort that would make his devout Christian mom proud.
Yeah, it's Jesus on my calf, so yeah.
What was the decision behind that one?
I think that, I'm never going to get tired of seeing Jesus' face on the back of my leg, so I thought it would be a good tattoo.
Yeah. And are you devout in a moral sense? A lot of Christians believe you should save yourself for marriage.
I don't judge anybody. God's the only one who can judge you.
Everybody, if they're lucky, has that thunderclap, swept off your feet romance at some point in their life. Has that happened to you yet?
I'm still growing. I'm finding out what love is every day and learning, and it's fun.
At one point, an attractive woman wandered into our interview space, and Justin reminded us all of his red-bloodedness.
You can walk by any time.
Makes you wonder what Selena Gomez might say. According to my source, who sleeps under her poster, the two are going steady. But he specifically asked not to talk about her.
I think that, if I start making it about that, about who I'm with, and then that's when my fans are going to start resenting me, when I'm like, we're so in love, or they don't want to hear that as much as I don't want to talk about that, because that's not what it's about. This girl, she wouldn't stop, almost had to
he found musical inspiration from the woman who falsely accused him of fathering her child during a random backstage hookup. Did you resent having to take a paternity test to disprove her?
I didn't want to take it just because of the fact of, like, it's like, why should I have to do this? Like, this is ridiculous. But, you know, I just wanted it to be over. So by the time it was, like, dragged on, I was like, fine, I'll just take it.
And you got a song out of it.
Yeah, I got a song out of it. I mean, everything happens for a reason. That's what I like to say.
And you know what? He really seems to believe he got famous for a reason. And he seems to respect that power. So in the end, your daughters could be in love with a lot worse. Oh, and Justin, one more request on the next tour. Would it kill you to mix in some Neil Young? He's Canadian. And then maybe the dads who bought the tickets and drove the van can share a little of this group love.
Way to go, Bill. Bieber's new album, Believe, is in stores now, and we will be right back.